Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be using the Pheonixy Polygel nail kit. It's the kit that I unboxed in my previous video. If you haven't watched it yet, I'm going to be doing my first ever set of nails with the Polygel kit. This is what my natural nail looks like right now, and we're going to be transforming it with this kit. I'm going to be using my nail brush, the Polygel brush, and I'm just going to close this. I'm gonna get my dapping dish, my Polygel liquid slip solution. I'm just gonna, you really have to, okay, just squeeze. Squeezing is fine. I don't want to use too much. Just that amount is fine with me. I'm gonna be using the number 3, which I have swatched before. I have swatched in a previous video. That was meant to be clear, but it fell off. But this is the pink I'm going to be using. This and the white, which is number 2. Number 5, which is the clear. Number 5, which is very difficult to squeeze out. I have heard people say the clears aren't the easiest to get out, which I'm going to be using to encapsulate my nails when I'm done with my entire set. The kit came with 3 French nail tip guides. These are the guides to get the French lines, but I haven't got any nail tips, so I'm just going to be using the dual forms. I'm going to be my first ever nail set with Polygel. I'm going to be using dual form to do French, which is really bold, so I'm proud of myself for doing that. It's a challenge. I like a challenge. I love a challenge. I'm going to be doing the nail art with some love heart and a little bit of the jewel gemstone, just to see what it looks like, because I can spot some pinks in there. If you watched my previous video, my unboxing, you know that the files didn't come with the grit information, so we're just gonna have to go by feel. This side is the coarsest. This side is not as coarse. It's much smoother to the touch. So I'm just gonna guess. I'm just gonna use my, and this I would say these two are pretty similar, maybe almost the same, I don't know, but this is slightly coarser than this, so coarse, coarser, coarsest. So right now I'm using my cuticle fork to clean around my cuticle area. This is my first time ever using a cuticle fork on my nails, and I really don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm really not sure, but I'm just trying to just clean up as much as I can. I might be making mistakes, like I might be doing it wrong, or you know, whatever, but I'm just trying to do the best I can with what I've got.
I'll do the best I can with what I got. Oh!
Before getting this kit, all I'd really watched was like a lot of nail videos with acrylic, but Polygel seemed a lot easier to me, so I got my Polygel kit. And I've got my acrylic kit, and I'm definitely going to be telling you the difference. Like, I'm going to be comparing the both of them and telling you which one works better for me. But I am feeling deep down in my spirit acrylic will probably be my favorite to work with. I don't know. That's just how I'm feeling. So I'm going to try with this one, which seems to be the... Yeah, this is definitely the smaller side for my natural nails. Everything else was a bit too close. Done with prepping. I'm using the brush that came with the kit to wipe the dust off, and then I'm going to apply base coat all over my entire nails and cure it. I'm just gonna, maybe, how you guys see, I'm just gonna flash cure it. I'm gonna do 60 seconds. It's hot. Chineke. Ooh, it is hot. It wasn't that hot, guys. I was just being dramatic. Okay, it's not hot anymore. I'm used to it now. guys, please don't let my dramatics scare you. It's just I wasn't expecting the UV lamp to get hot. I just expected it to like be cool and then the nail hardens like underneath. I didn't know what to expect. So when I felt the heat, I was just like I was just being dramatic. Guys, please just ignore me. So now I'm just getting all my dual forms out and matching them up to my fingers, which one goes with which finger, and sizing them up. You have to pick a size that's bigger than your nail bed, just because you're going to be putting polygel into the dual form. So when you place them on your nail, you don't want it to spill out, you don't want it to be too small, too big and like ooze out. You want it to be just right, so it sits on your nail and then you cure it and then it's just perfect. So these are the dual forms I'm going to be using. I'm lining them up in front of me just so I can get to them easily and make the whole process easy for me. So my plan of action for this was to place the polygel into the form and design my entire French design and then place it on my nail and cure it. That was what I was going to do. That was the plan. But the polygel was so soft. It was like melted chewing gum. Like it was just so soft and like threw me off. I was just thinking, how am I going to get through this entire set if it's going to be this melty and like stringy? But the slip solution was able to move it around and make it like easier to work with. So I was like, okay. And I started getting more positive and like being like okay about it. So when it started moving smoothly and stuff, I was like, okay, I'm being positive, I'm happy about this. Then oh my gosh, that moment just threw me off. It made me like so impatient all throughout the entire like video and like the whole set, but I stuck through it as much as I could and I just kept trying to shape the white side of my French tip. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to shape the white side, then add the pink at the bottom and then cure it on my hands, and then that would be my full set. But I don't know why, the first day I was just so impatient. I wanted to like delete the video, stop filming, throw it away, all this stuff. But I'm glad I stuck with it because the point of my channel was just so I can see my entire growth, like all the little things, you know, mistakes, everything, so I can watch it like sometime in the future and be like, oh, this is where I started and stuff like that. So it's all part of the process. I'm not like gonna throw things away and just like hide or act like I'm perfect, because literally my first set of nails ever. Like, so just to encourage anyone, like if you're just starting, stick with it. Even if things aren't going exactly the way you want them to initially, just stick with it. Don't get frustrated, enjoy it, have fun with it. I know I should have taken my own advice in this video, but lessons learned, we move. This is all part of the journey, it's all part of the growth. So don't get discouraged, okay everyone? So as I'm shaping it, I turn it around just to see what it looks like from the front, because how it looks on the back versus the front is completely different, you know? Make sure I'm not making any mistakes. But I found that I was really trying to be a perfectionist at this point. Like there's a lot of times I noticed I kept on going over the same smile line again and again. I think I really just wanted it to be perfect because I've watched a lot of videos and you know, French are my favorite set of nails ever. So I really wanted it to be really, really perfect, but I feel like I wasted so much time. At this point, the polygel was really soft, really stringy, like it wasn't staying in place. Usually when I watch videos, the bead will stay in place and just move where you want it to move, but this is following the brush, like getting stuck to the brush. It was really frustrating, I'm not gonna lie to you. But at this point, I didn't know that when you have a polygel that's really soft, you can put it into the fridge or freezer for like maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes till it firms up and gets to the consistency you want or you need. And the reverse is also true. Like if the polygel is too strong or too firm, you can put it in a glass of warm water or hot water and that will get it to the consistency you need. I didn't know this information at the time, but now I know it afterwards. I'm able to let you guys know before you get your polygel kit. If you already have a polygel kit and you're experiencing the same trouble or issues, at least you know now, you know what to do, and it's not like a mystery to you anymore. I wish I had known this before I started this video. That would have made everything so much easier for me. I cured this for 40 seconds. 40. It came out hard, and my actual plan was just to get it firm enough that I could add the pink and it wouldn't like smudge and blend together. But I actually ended up curing it till it was strong and stiff. But I just said, you know what, I'm gonna carry on. I'm gonna see how it's gonna come out in the end. What I wanted was to make the French nail in the dual form, cure it just enough that it can stick, and then place it on my hand and cure it all the way. But I over cured it I cured it way too much and it's now too hard to stick to my hand. Like, it's literally firmed up in its position. You can see why I wanted to throw this video away and delete it, but I didn't, because I had the most brilliant idea. Well, brilliant to me. So my plan was I was gonna put some polygel on my thumb and then stick the nail onto this wet polygel, which would act like a glue, and then put it under the UV lamp and then cure it all the way together. Do you see the vision? When I got that idea, I literally felt like the biggest genius in the world. I don't know how I thought that would work, but let's just see. So 30 seconds later, this is what the nail looks like. At least it's on, is all I was thinking. At least it's stuck on. But then I ended up giving up, throwing that entire nail away and starting again. Now, because I was having trouble with the pink side of my French nail, I decided this time to do it on my natural nail and then form the white side of my French in the dual form and then cure it all together. And I don't know why I thought that would work without tips. I genuinely thought as long as I get the pink perfect on my natural nail, all I have to do is cure the white side onto the pink. It made perfect sense in my head at the time, but yeah, that was my plan of action. That's what I planned to do. I was only gonna cure the pink for like 10 seconds, max 12 is what I thought, and then from the white, while the pink's still sticky, attach the white onto the pink, and then that would be my French nail done on my thumb. That's what I thought. That was the plan, and it would have worked if I had tips, if I was using tips at the time. But I just thought, let me use everything that's in the kits just to see if I can actually do a full polygel set with everything in the box. And I could if I enjoyed working with dual forms, and I really don't. I feel like my mind just gravitates to tips. Like I would work well with just sticking the tip on and then forming the polygel around the tip, shaping, filing, all of that. That's how I work. But I'm not upset with dual forms. I really did give it a go. I gave it a good go, but this is how it's looking right now. So I've done is put the tiniest bead of pink into the dual form, just so that little bit of pink polygel would act as an adhesive and stick to the pink that's already on my thumb. It will just act as an adhesive to stick to the pink, and then cure it all together for like at least 60 seconds so it would all stick to my thumb. So the nail's out and I'm glad it's stuck, but the side of my nail is exposed. Like there's a lot of space on the side. It didn't fit sidewall to sidewall like the side of my nails. And so what I'm gonna do now is use extra polygel, squeeze them on top, and then just fill in all the spaces that are missing and don't look right, which is what I would do if I had tips, but I'm not using tips. I'm just trying to do it on top of the nail that's already there. Like you can really tell that I'm a tips type of person, because if the tip was stuck on, I would just do exactly what I'm doing now, which is to squeeze the polygel on top of it and then shape it how I want. But I'm determined to get the hang of dual forms, at least to do one full set with only dual forms. In my next video, I've already filmed a few more sets of nails with dual forms, so I got the hang of it in the end. But this thumb was just like it was really trying me, but I was so that you can tell I'm really determined to get the nail to look how I want it to look. So I ended up stopping filming and then did the rest off camera because I felt like it was taking so long. It ended up taking me 4 hours, but I finished off my entire set. The thumb was the only one that was so difficult because the rest went so smoothly, but it did end up taking me 4 hours in total. 4 hours. Okay, timing aside, this set came out really nicely. I really like it. So what I planned to do was 3 French on the thumb, my index finger, my middle finger, and my ring finger. But then on the pinky, I wanted to do a marble. On the first 3, I used a dark pink, and on the ring finger and the pinky, I used the light pink because I wanted to see what they really look like right next to each other, if you know, you could really tell the difference. And I want you guys to really look. You can see I use the dark pink on my first 3 fingers. On my last 2 I use the light pink. I really enjoyed this set. My next 2 videos, which I am going to show you guys in more detail. Obviously the video is going to be more to the point, and in my next video I have my nail drill. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. It's the filing. The filing took so long. I had to file, shape, buff. But because I did use dual forms, it wasn't that, you know, it wasn't that much filing I needed to do. But I did want it to be smooth all around and like the same length. And then I did the encapsulation with the clear polygel. And then I used my top coat to lock it all in. And I only used my top coat to put the gemstones on, and it stayed solid, like it didn't move. So the top coat was really good for that. But with my middle finger, I tried to do an ombre and it didn't work out, which is why I put the whole gemstones all across, so you wouldn't see the you wouldn't see the flop. But if you look at the pictures that I took earlier while I was still working on it, you could see that I attempted to do an ombre, but because it didn't come out very ombre-y, I used the gemstones to cover it up. But guys, overall I am so happy with the way they came out. I'm so glad I didn't give up. Let this be a lesson to everyone, please. It doesn't matter what you're going through, just don't give up. Just keep going, keep persevering. You're gonna come out on the other end happier that you pushed through, okay guys? Just take this as a lesson. So overall, I'm very happy with the kit. I love it. I just use the cuticle oil to oil my cuticles, and this is it guys. This is the end of the video, the set. Thanks for sticking with me all the way through. Comment down below what you think, any tips, any pointers you might have for me. I'm very happy to listen to it. But my last bit of advice for anyone who hasn't got a polygel kit before is to get a nail drill first, or before you do your first set of nails, because underneath, as you can see, it's not smooth like it would be if I use tips, which is why I still think I would prefer tips. So either use tips or get a nail drill so you can clean up underneath the nail and it all looks smooth, and you know, you get that perfect polished finish. This is the cuticle oil. I really like it. It works well. My nails look nice. I love the entire kit guys. It's still an 8 out of 10 like I gave it on my unboxing video, my previous video. So just get one last look at the nails. Bye everyone, thanks for watching.